a response from the Ministry of National Security to a TVJ News exclusive about the status of over 200 Indian nationals who arrived in the country last week. It's been revealed that they are scheduled to leave in a matter of hours. Our reporter Dwayne Anderson has been following the story and now joins us live. Dwayne?
Right, thank you, Archibald. So what do we know at this point? Well, first of all, a total of 253 individuals arrived in the island on the chartered flight. That number includes the crew members. Now, pictures we saw late Monday afternoon showed these passengers lining up in the pre-boarding area at the Norman Manley International Airport. They were taken back to the airport to be sent home tonight. The Ministry of National Security said Monday's activities at the airport were part of the finalization of arrangements for their departure. The government says the cost of their accommodation and return will be the responsibility of the charter company and not the government of Jamaica. But for many observers, their departure does not mean the end of the matter. And many of the outstanding questions were put to the Ministry of National Security, which admitted that the flight which arrived in Jamaica on Thursday, May 2, received the requisite approvals for operating from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority. We also spoke exclusively with the managing director of the airline company. His company owns the plane that flew the chartered flight into Jamaica.
Until the very day, I don't know. The citizens we had on board do not require a visa for Jamaica. We brought them there in good intention and also to pick them up in good intention. They were then refused. Until the very day, we do not have a statement from the Jamaican authorities why we are being detained or why we are being delayed to leave again. This is unacceptable, and we have still, up to the very time, received no explanation what is going on. And initially the flight, and I think this caused some hesitation, the flight was to go there, drop off the passengers, the crew does 14 hours rest, then we would have gone ferry flight to Havana, ferry, as I said, empty, to Havana. We have some passengers waiting there since a week now to be picked up and to be brought back to their destination, and then we would have returned to pick up these passengers again and flown them back. This was our itinerary.
He also feels the Jamaican government breached international law when they impounded the plane on the tarmac at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston, and it is costing them a lot of money.
We had to subcharter several aircraft to cover the schedule of aircraft, which cost us millions of dollars. Well, almost the same. We normally calculate in dollars, but well over $1 million.
The Jamaican authorities, while not responding to the airline's boss, say they were alerted to the operation of the flight based on what appeared to be anomalies and missing details from its initial permit application. Additionally, the authorities indicated there were 2 passengers on the flight who did not appear on the passenger manifest. This led to investigations by PICA, and based on those checks, the decision was taken by immigration officials not to grant the passengers leave to land in Jamaica. But concerned Jamaicans are asking, why were the passengers then allowed to roam the streets of downtown Kingston given all the red flags? Our news center captured images of them shopping, sightseeing and enjoying downtown Kingston on Sunday. The government said they were to be under police guard, but we did not see any police officers with them. The Ministry of National Security, in response to why they were allowed to leave the airport's precincts, explained that given the duration of the flight, as well as civil aviation regulations for the minimum rest period, they decided it was impractical to have the passengers wait in the plane or at the airport. They were therefore allowed to leave the airport on humanitarian grounds and go to Rock Hotel in downtown Kingston, where they had reservations. No, the matter doesn't quite end there. We were also reliably informed by our sources that members of this group of Indian nationals were attempting to enter Jamaica from as far back as September 2023. Now, the real reason for their interest in Jamaica is not clear at this time, but at that time, our sources say tourism officials were told they said they wanted to visit Jamaica for quote-unquote tourism purposes. Now, the tourism ministry, after making checks, detected what it called red flags and said that type of entry was a no-go on their part. Now, we were also told the Indians then reached out to a Jamaican sportsman to lobby the Jamaican government on their behalf for entry. However, the red flags, which included questionable security background of some of the individuals, meant the matter was not pursued. Now, our sources say the tourism ministry is therefore shocked that they eventually made it to Jamaica this year. Archibald.
So,
hello guys, this is your boy Golden Boy and I'm really grateful, fine and healthy. I hope also this video is finding you healthy. So the Ministry of Health of National Security has found that there are more than 200 Indians who landed illegally in Jamaica. and they were refused entry because it was found that upon landing in Jamaica, the 2 passengers of the flight were not included in the submitted passengers list. So the development prompted the Passport Immigration and Citizen Agency to launch investigation in collaboration. But again, these guys were given some of the resorts because there were more than 200 Indians who they made accommodation arrangements to enable them to settle as the decision on their entry into the country being taken care of. So guys, this is just information that reached me late, but the information happened yesterday. The news, the action happened yesterday. So I want you to listen to this news so that you can get the right news, the right information. Thank you. Yeah, the information is that based on the further checkups, the PICA decided not to allow the passengers to leave a country in Jamaica because it was also said that due to uh, preservation at the Kingston Hotel and other crew members were allowed to leave the airport for humanitarian reasons. So, guys, I just have to say that there are a lot of things that happen that others came out and say that the Jamaican land is a no man's land and they should leave these people to enter. Yet, these 200 passengers, they found two. I don't know if this is the right information because they found the two people who occupied passenger seat illegally. So they didn't have those illegal forms to enter Jamaican country, and it was just a big news in Jamaican country. Now there are some of the people I have just gotten the information is that I have reached out to Jamaican Aviation Authority and they remain mute, and I need to understand why did an illegal flight landed? Why was passengers allowed to roam freely with no safety checks? They knew very well there have been illegal flights coming from India heading to Central America with manners that's why a plane was detained in France. No one was allowed to leave the airport. They were sent right back to India. Why did the Jamaican government take that risk, putting its citizens in danger by allowing a plane load of illegals to roam freely when there has been red flags about their charter flights from India with very questionable background? There's there is a lot to be discovered. Now we need to keep this watching because in the other news I found that it was 250 something people. And now guys, these are the things that I wanted to talk about, that there's always been illegal immigration, and this illegal immigration is the same thing that is happening even to American country. And right now in America, what is happening is that there are some of the people who are coming from Mexico, other Canada, and getting into passing through the borders of US, and they're getting into America. So it is this situation that even the government it has taken upon its safety. It has taken its measures by giving these people free food, paying for them rent with the same taxpayers' money. Yet these immigrants are not paying tax. So this is something that it is just a major thing that is happening to America, and it is just a big question. Why are these people being allowed to in these countries during this election season? So is it a campaign season? Yeah. So my question is that has this happened before? It is a regular occurrence. As if the hell was this allowed to happen in the first place? Was this thing allowed to happen in the first place? Like, why are we such there's also some person who say that why are we such figureheads? Like, must we understand that people who are supposed to be the watchdogs of our country are asleep, or they compromise a plane landing here without prior documenting? Where in the world could a plane load of Jamaicans go without prior consultation with the relevant authorities that country is? So those were the red flags. People were saying that the government of Jamaica is really asleep. And this is something that I've always talked about in my previous videos. You'll find that I've always talked about the government that is it is just mischievous, it is not attending to its people. And yes, guys, there are also a lot of videos that is happening, like between the Jamaicans and the Chinese, where the Jamaicans are being harassed. There are some of the people who get into roadside shops where they are selling their goods. Yet these police municipals come and arrest them. The same way they are not doing to the Chinese or other foreigners in that country. So this is something that the government has taken its interest to the foreigners, yet it is not taking care of its own people who are paying tax, who are ensuring that the government run smoothly with their tax money. So this is no man's land. This is someone who was talking about that. This is no man's land. It's God's creation. Everyone looking for opportunities. The same Jamaican allowed tourists to resort, and Jamaicans want to go to America, Canada, and England for what? Better lives. So everyone needs opportunity. People don't be so judgmental. We all are humans, not animals. So let's be a better people. Love one another. Doesn't matter race. We are all one in God's eye. So this someone was trying to say that people are in God's eye, and I'm really devastated that why are you talking about this? Yet you'll find that in as much as there have been a lot of immigration in other countries, you'll find that these things have always brought negative impact in a country. Like, as much as there's a lot of mixing between other countries, there need to be a regulation through the government agencies, through the proper documentation, like it is said. Now, here in Kenya, you'll find that right now we are having a problem that these Somalis are really taking over Kenyan businesses. Yeah, they're really taking care of Kenyan businesses. Like, they are competing, they are highly competitive. Like, how do I say? They are trying to make Kenyan market to run low. And even some of the people have all come out and say that Somalians are not supposed to be in Kenya. Why? Because these people have always mistreated fellow Kenyans, yet these Kenyans are treating them good way, and they are returning it in a bad way. So they have always said that these people don't need to be close to power, otherwise they will make this country run very bad. And it is just one of the things that has always happened, that as much as we are going to allow illegal immigration, you also need to know about South Africa. South Africa have always allowed Nigerians, and it has resulted to something that is called xenophobic. Like, there's a lot of harassment between the South Africans and Nigerians, and in that the South Africans believe that the Nigerians are the people who are bringing these bad characters, like selling of drugs, doing nasty things, which are frustrating the South Africans, and also are incorporating South Africa. So we are all looking all around, and you'll find that illegal immigration has always brought a negative impact. Now, to my side, I'm not talking about Somalians being bad people, but I'm trying to say that it has always brought a negative impact, like immigration. Like, I'm trying to talk about how these other cultures are being incorporated to your society. Why? Like, they'll come with, like, for example, let's talk about LGBTQ. You'll find that in a country, people are not practicing this. But when these people come, they pass through your borders and they enter into your country, you'll find that there's been they bring a lot of negative impact. Like, one of them is illegal, like LGBTQ. They are atheists. They are corrupting your culture and many things, and even they're being involved in human trafficking. So this is something that is very bad. And I'm also with Jamaicans that this was something that was very bad. Now, for all the people claiming that Jamaica needs to implement visa, don't seem to understand how visa works. It is based on your country's standing and economy. We cannot implement visa because we are listed lower than these countries. Also, we don't need visa to go to a lot of countries. If we try to implement visa, then we will need visas to go to their country. A lot of Jamaicans benefit from visa-free travel. So be careful what you wish for. Yeah, people came out and were talking negatively about this, and it is something that was devastating and was very harassing to the Jamaicans. Now, in the news, you'll find that the thing that I was talking about, that the main major thing that was happening, that they found out that upon landing in the country of Jamaica, they found that 2 passengers were not included in the submitted passenger seat. Like, in that, I don't know, they were going from India or they are coming from America. I don't know. Is it, let me find. that Jamaicans, the minister have also been made to this. It is added that despite arriving in Jamaica legally and having the correct documentation, immigration officials sensed security concern while processing the Indians at the airport. Oh, so they are coming from other countries to India. Then when they landed, they add this, and people are having a lot of theories about these Indians. Like there are people who have always done businesses in Jamaica and this and this and this, and yes, they are making hard, difficult time for Jamaicans. Otherwise, guys, I didn't have much to talk about. The news was very fun, and thank you for watching this video. My name is Golden. I hope you have understand what I was talking about.